Looking around, they noticed a strange steel contraption painted red with gold leaf images on it. The strange sound of hissing steam was coming from its boiler. Charlie said eagerly, "What the frick is that? Let's take a closer look, Joel." There was a group of farmers sitting on bales of hay, skeptical expressions on their faces. A well-dressed salesman stood in front of them, holding a wooden model of a steam-powered tractor. The salesman waved his model in the air and exclaimed, "Gentlemen, I am here today to introduce you to the future of farming, the steam tractor." Farmer 1 looked very skeptical and said, "Steam power? My arse. We've been using horses for years. They ain't never let us down." The salesman replied with enthusiastic vigor, "That may be true, but the steam tractor has many advantages. It can plow your fields in half the time and with half the effort. Think of all the time and money you'll save." Farmer 2 was doubtful and asked, "And how much does it cost?" The salesman, confident and looking the farmer straight in the eye, replied, "The initial investment may seem steep, but in the long run you'll recoup your costs and more. Plus, with the steam tractor, you'll be able to expand your operations, take on larger plots of land, and increase your yields." Farmer 3 was skeptical and asked, "What happens if it breaks down? We're a long way from the city, and I don't have time to wait for someone to come to fix it." The salesman, assuring the farmer, said, "The steam tractor is built to last, and in the unlikely event that something does go wrong, I offer a full warranty and maintenance service. Plus, I'll be happy to provide training on how to properly operate and care for your new steam tractor." The farmers murmured amongst themselves, considering the salesman's words. The salesman saw the opportunity to close the deal and urgently said, "Gentlemen, I urge you to embrace this new technology. The future of farming is here, and it's time to join the revolution." The farmers exchanged a look and nodded in agreement. The salesman grinned, knowing he had made the sale. "Let's move on, Charlie." They walk past some food vendors smelling the hog roast. Joel, with excitement, says, "Hey, Charlie, look, a blacksmith. He's giving a demonstration. Let's go and listen." A crowd of curious onlookers gathers around a large forge. Eb Bulch, a grizzled-looking blacksmith, stands beside a horse, a large hammer in one hand. Eb, in a booming voice, says, "Welcome, welcome, one and all, to a demonstration of the ancient art of horseshoeing." The crowd murmurs. Eb, holding up the hammer, says, "This, my friends, is the key to our success. A blacksmith's hammer, forged from the finest iron, tempered to withstand the heat of the forge, and blessed by the gods of fire and steel." The crowd chuckles. "Behold," exclaimed Eb, pointing to a pile of horseshoes, "these, my friends, are the unsung heroes of the horse world. A simple piece of metal, shaped and heated to protect the hooves of our equine companions." Eb picked up a horseshoe and held it up to the crowd, appearing skeptical. "But you may be asking yourself, how does one shape such a simple piece of metal into a work of art?" The crowd nodded, eager for the answer. Eb smiled and said, That's where the magic happens," gesturing towards the forge. "With heat, patience, and a steady hand, and of course a good pair of tongs." He held up a pair of tongs. "Without these babies, you're liable to burn your fingers clean off." The crowd laughed. Eb, serious. "But in all seriousness, folks, horseshoeing is no laughing matter. It takes skill, precision, and a deep understanding of equine anatomy." Eb proceeds to demonstrate the process of shaping and fitting the horseshoe to the horse's hoof, all the while explaining the different tools used and their purpose. Eb, excited. "Well, there you have it, folks. A perfectly fitted horseshoe ready to protect the hooves of our trusty steeds." The crowd applauds, impressed by Eb's demonstration. Eb, bowing. Thank you. I'm just happy to share my knowledge with you all. And if any of you require a good blacksmith, you know where to find me." The crowd disperses, chatting amongst themselves about the impressive demonstration they just witnessed. Eb watches them go, a proud smile on his face before turning back to his forge, eager to put his skills to use. "Over there, Joel. It's Wells Fargo. I'm going to become a stagecoach driver someday," said Charlie. "No, Charlie, they don't recruit girls." "That ain't going to stop me. Let's take a look." Two Wells Fargo employees, Joe and Bob, stand on a stagecoach in front of a large crowd of Westerners. Joe, pointing his finger skyward, says, "Good afternoon, folks. Are you tired of the same old boring rides on dusty roads? Then look no further. We're Wells Fargo, the stagecoach company that knows how to get you where you need to be in style and comfort. Bob scans the turned-up faces and says, "Let me tell you, our drivers are the best of the best. They're tough as nails, fast as a bronco, and have the steady hands of a gunslinger." Joe picks up his coach gun and locks it. "But we require more drivers. Think you have what it takes? Then come on up and give us a try. The pay's good, the company's even better, and you get to travel the Wild West driving one of our luxurious stagecoaches." Bob opens his drover coat, showing off his Navy Colt. "Beware, this ain't no Sunday picnic. There'll be bandits on the prowl, and let's not forget about those pesky prairie dogs. Don't worry, with Wells Fargo, you'll be in good hands. We've got the best weapons, the strongest horses, and the most dependable stagecoaches in all the land. So what do you say? Are you ready to join the Wells Fargo team? Show us what you got." The crowd cheers as potential drivers step forward to take the challenge. Charlie sighed and said, "We're running low on cash, Joel. How are we going to make out?" Joel scratched his head and replied, "Ain't got a clue, Charlie." Suddenly, Joel noticed a boxing booth in the distance. "Charlie, look, a boxing booth. I could fight for prize money." Charlie asked, "You think you've got a shot?" Joel confidently responded, "I'm a tougher son of a bitch than I look, Charlie, and I've got quick hands. I could take 'em." Smirking, Charlie said, "All right, let's give it a try." Joel and Charlie walked into the booth, looking around at the bright lights and noisy crowd. They approached the ticket booth, where a man greeted them. The ticket booth man asked, "What can I do for you two today?" Joel replied, "We're looking to make some money." The man said, "Well, you've come to the right place. How about you step into the ring?" He pointed at Joel. Joel looked at Charlie, then back at the ticket booth man and said, "I'll do it." The man handed Joel a pair of gloves and pointed to the ring. The crowd was cheering and shouting as the boxer's manager stood in the center of the ring. The boxer's manager shouts at the crowd, "Ladies and gentlemen, who's brave enough to take on the heavyweight county boxing champion? The prize money is a cool $10. The crowd goes wild as he scans the crowd aggressively, waiting for a challenger. He continues, "Come on, who's it going to be? Who's got the guts to step into the ring and take on the champion?" The crowd is silent for a moment, and then Joel steps forward and says, "I'll take the fight." The manager responds, "Good. Let's see what you've got, tough guy." Joel steps into the ring as the crowd erupts in cheers and applause, and the fight is about to begin. The crowd is on their feet, cheering loudly as the two heavyweights step into the ring. The champion on the left is a towering figure with broad shoulders and a confident stride. Joel on the right is smaller but scrappy, with a look of determination in his eyes. The bell rings and the two boxers approach each other, sizing each other up. The champion takes the first shot, throwing a powerful right hook, but Joel ducks and weaves, avoiding the punch with ease. The two boxers exchange blows, trading punches and jabs, both determined to come out on top. The champion starts to tire, and Joel takes advantage, landing a series of quick, powerful punches that send his opponent reeling. The crowd is on its feet, cheering and shouting as the two heavyweights continue to trade blows. The champ fights back with a flurry of punches, but Joel is too quick, dodging and weaving with lightning-fast reflexes. Finally, Joel lands a devastating uppercut that sends the champion crashing to the canvas. The crowd roars as he stands over his fallen opponent, triumphant.